Hi, and welcome to our 53rd episode. And my name is Sufyan Said, and I'm in conversation with the Dean and Director of Sixth Cricket Academy, Mr. Karthik Jeshwanth. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Jeshwanth, a few questions in this episode. The first one is, what are the biggest mistakes parents make in a child's cricket journey?
See, probably indirectly I've already answered these, but this must be coming from new parents who just joined the academy. It makes sense. I won't call as a biggest mistake or a mistake either, because this come from not being patient about the growth of the child. For them to make it to what their expectation, the parents' expectation, they need to spend some time. That is one. And second thing is being anxious about the careers, because very quickly they want to see whether my son or daughter belongs here or no. Quickly, I want to move them to some other, either academics or some other sport. I think it comes from there. So that is probably the one thing. It's just about being patient with the sport what you've chosen, and not to be anxious, because sport doesn't have a linear growth. There are a lot of ups and downs. There are mountains and seabeds. So you have to endure that, and everybody endures that, and only then they become a finished product. For that, the essence is time, and that is where I think people are making a mistake.
What does success really look for a parent in a junior cricket?
What does success look, or what it should look, is what I think which the parents need to know, because I don't blame them. See, a lot of parents come in thinking, I always acknowledge and accept that they've all excelled in their own various fields. So when they have access to the children playing sport, and now with so many academies, and access is there. Unlike when we were playing, that we had to play on the roads and all that. So there is that, because of that, they come to allow the children to play. Now, coming back to what is success in developmental or children's cricket, grassroots cricket, they should be looking at what sport uh, gives in return versus just representation. But I always keep telling that, don't chase representation. You follow the process, let the representation chase you. So I think this is where they've got the success according to them versus what success should be. So, like, what success should be is about bonding with your team, mixing with so many players around, mixing with different age groups,
Enjoying other success also.
enjoying, it may happen to you, good luck. It may happen to your teammate who goes up the ladder. So you'll probably get to know better things, more things from him. Then you're, for most sport, you got to be physically fit. You got to communicate with people. You'll learn the art of asking. You'll learn the art of saying no. The great values which comes with the sport. These are all the success things. This is what the parents should be looking into. And why? Even if you want to succeed and stay on top of the ladder or wherever you represent, you got to have all these characteristics, because a little later your physiological development, your technical development, or your tactical skills what you have will all plateau, because everybody around you will have it. But what allows you to stay on top, if you look at the careers of a Tendulkar or a Dravid or a Kumble, it is their character. It is more than their ability to bat. There were so many people who could bat like that or bowl like that, but why didn't they play so many test matches, or why didn't they play 20 years of cricket? Why these gentlemen played? It is because of these character, which is very important to stay at the top. So that is what sport teaches. You got to be looking at that and assume that, okay, you're not going to make it big in the sport. All these values which I spoke now will come in very handy in your daily life also, to win over every situation in life which life throws up. If you don't have all this, you'll be hitting failures very regularly, and you will not learn the art of resilience, of getting up from defeat. So that is what is the real success which the parents should be looking at.
So last one is, as parents unknowingly becoming the biggest obstacle in child's growth. Now, if I can come in here, is the KSA League has started. We under 14 and under 16. We see a lot of these parents coach from the Bombay. Do you think it's the right thing from a parent point of view, or do you think parents are overdoing it?
Overdoing it the reason being they're very anxious about children's success. So it is a totally wrong thing according to me, because we got to look at ourselves. We were also at that age. Why didn't we do it? So some of the parents will easily, rubbish this or put it aside by saying that, we didn't have access to coaches, we couldn't afford a bat. So the same thing who succeeded at that time, I don't want to take those legendary names, they also didn't have it. If you couldn't afford a bat, even those guys like the Gavaskars, the Vishwanaths, the Kirmanis, they also, I remember Kirmani meeting, he started keeping with the bricks because he couldn't afford a wicket keeping glove. So how did they become successful? Did their parents come and venture into every net session or every selections going on and telling them, see, coming to the present era now, look at the players who are making big. It's like that Vaibhav Suryavanshi, the Matre, and our boy Yash Punja, then Abhishek Sharma, then the RR opener,
Yashasvi
Yashasvi Jaiswal. These are all positive cricketers. They see the ball and hit it. And here, coming back to your question of selections, the children are told by the parents that, selections are going on. Don't worry about your team, where it goes. You just play so many balls. Selectors are watching and you get selected. It's a total wrong thing to be. You should not be in sport. If you're going to teach this kind of attitude to your children, this selfish attitude, sport is all about giving and, learning so many things, being positive. And that is when, risk is directly proportionate to reward. So if you look at that, you got to understand that on the merit of the ball. You cannot be coaching someone from the boundary lines. I've seen this in selection matches, which is a wrong thing. And my experience here after coaching at the grassroots level for about almost a decade now is these boys who have been handheld in the matches, especially these matches and parents coaching from the line, they have gone nowhere. I've seen parents who are just not involved come, drop the children, take them back. They're all doing very well now. So I think this is the lesson which I cannot be more clear than this for the parents to understand this.
Touching upon the last part, what you said is a lot of parents should watch this last question very closely, because there are a lot of people out there who just stand there and record their children and go back home, show them that this is your mistake, but the child is going through through that.
Yeah. So if it is so easy, then why as adults we didn't do it? We also make mistakes, don't we, in our office or our workplace? So it is all emanating from patience and being anxious. This whole thing, if you have to sum up, it is about the parents' patience and being anxious about their careers. So if they believe in destiny, what has to happen will happen, it will happen.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Do like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll be back on the 1st of every month.
Thank you.